And hello guys, going to be doing a review of a film that's actually recent, which is quite amazing for me. The one I'm going to be talking about is the Muppets Most Wanted. So let's start with the story. It's pretty much, the starting scene is where the first Muppets movie ends, and then it just carries on from there. And the basic story is, it's about them trying to do a around the world gig, but of course the manager, who's Ricky Gervais in this one, you think he's a good guy, but no, he's not, because there's another Kermit who is like a world's deadliest frog, and that's all I'm going to give you, because it's actually a decent story, and it's quite funny and a good story. I enjoyed it. Just my dad singing there, I would say that it was an sort of middle sort of story, like as in complexity. It was sort of in the middle there, but it was just a good story which didn't require too much sort of thinking, but it wasn't completely just boring and simple. So there was a lot of stars coming in on this one. This had a lot of cameos, which I like that. Who doesn't love cameos? And I mean, some of them were. One was Smithy. There was another one. Who else was there? I mean, some of the actors were. Well, Ricky Gervais is well known. The sort of woman, like leader of a prison, who is a part of the story, but she is Tina Fey. I think that's one, Tina Fey. Yeah. And you had like a French detective, and he was called Turberel, I think. Yeah. And there's a lot. But they didn't force it. They didn't sort of have a bit for the sake of just adding someone. So I think they were all well-timed cameos as well. I mean, you had all the Muppets as well, like a good selection of Muppets. And I would say that this was very adult. It felt more adult than kids, to me, personally. The writing in it, some good jokes there, some really good jokes, some which, got me laughing out loud. But I would say it was funnier in the first half. Middle it slowed down a little bit, and they had some more jokes towards the end. But I loved the sort of chemistry between the detective, a detective, and there's another Muppet who was sort of has like American CIA. Yeah, he works for CIA. So I would say the comedy is quite good. I'm not sure if it's as good as the first one, mainly because I can't remember how the first one, like the jokes and stuff in it. But I would say it was good enough for me. It could have maybe been a bit funnier, but I still think there was enough jokes in there to make it humorous enough. But the big thing for me were the songs. The songs in this I loved. There's one which was sort of more ballady, which I wasn't as keen on, but I think it was meant to be over dramatic as part of a joke. And yeah, the songs in this kept it going for me. Like, jokes and stuff were good and the story was okay, yeah, but the music just kept you sort of in the loop. So whenever there was like a moment where there weren't that many jokes, like in the middle, there's a bit more musicals, like musical sections, and I really enjoyed them. So what I would say is it's like a good balance of everything, and I would say overall it is worth going to see. It's fun, good music, some really good funny cameos. Like I like some of the relationships between the sort of humans and the Muppets, and I just think the voice acting and stuff for the Muppets as well is really good. Especially there's an evil Muppet, the world's most deadliest frog. He was awesome. And some impressive sort of use of the puppets with like general scenes where he's become it's flying about and all that jazz, and it looks like an action movie. But yeah, I would say this is worth seeing. It's a fun movie. Enough jokes for adults there, and I think there's more jokes for adults which they would like, in all honesty. And yeah, nice cameos and a good length. Didn't stretch out too long. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Muppets Most Wanted. Hope you enjoy it. Bye bye.